Hope Not Hate have polled Reform members. And what did we learn? 54% would deport my mother. She's lived and worked here for 45 years, former care worker, and perhaps even cared for some of your loved ones. 22% would deport me, and a mad 14% would deport Farage's own children. So they demand some sort of purist ethno-state. My name is Taranjit Shukra. I'm the chair of the Southwest Black and Asian Ethnic Minority Committee for Unite the Union. I have a social media channel, Conversation, Not Confrontation, where I explore misogyny, Islamophobia, nationalism, racism in as fair and as balanced manner as I can. And I'm trying to build a network of activists who want to engage with their community, largely based on the supporting material of Hope Not Hate. Over the next few minutes, I hope you come away with the following. 1. An understanding of the international system reinforcing the rightward travel of politics across the world. 2. An awareness of the foreign money influencing our politics. 3. A bit of the history about how Reagan and Thatcher's view of no such thing as community has somehow created cults where community-starved people seek community in the oddest of spaces. And finally 4, how can we offer an alternative? So, 1. What is a system that has dragged us so far right? I think it's down to international solidarity of the extreme right. Now, I'd have thought nationalism means you don't work internationally, but what do I know? The Epstein Files has given us so many examples of meetings, conversations, planning between people like Bannon, Tommy Robinson, Farage, Le Pen, AFD, Vox. The list continues. And apparently, Tommy Robinson was cheap at any price. So what are you buying, Mr. Bannon? Let's look at Nigel Farage. He's been elected to a constituency. 1, he hardly visits and appears to have dodged property tax on, but as a result, he now needs to declare the countless jaunts and second jobs he holds. And we now know that he's been on an all expenses paid trip with the same people who helped Donald Trump get into power to the United States, and he suddenly started talking about abortion, female bodily autonomy, and the causes of autism. Anyone remember that weird thing about paracetamol? The oligarchy have now built this network of influencers and politicians, all seeking to remove what is acceptable in daily political discussion. From tabloids to social media, even the Labour Party, things unimaginable 10, 15 years ago is normal. And they control the algorithm, and they use it to distract, confuse, and use the people, you and me, to elect leaders who on the surface might be populist, but in reality perform outrage on topics we might agree with, but then actually perform the bidding of the super rich. But there is something we can do. When you are online, do what you can to game the system. Like, subscribe, and engage. Engagement, engagement, engagement. That's the only thing that drives up the numbers of the correct voices. The right have paid for bots to create fake engagement and trick people into thinking topics are more salient than they actually are. Okay, number 2. They have distraction tactics. Don't look at your nom-doms. Don't look at the super yachts. Don't look at their presence in the Epstein files. Worry about the small boats. Soon after the general election, there were countless moral panics. The grooming gang scandal from 10-15 years ago, Rayner's stamp duty avoidance. Note the silence now that Tyson Farage may have dodged even more tax. During that period, a massive story broke that Elon Musk would also fund reform with $100 million. Now, it didn't happen, but there's near silence to the $9 million that a Thai national has donated to them. When you ask normal people about this, it's wildly unpopular. If someone's got too much money, pay more tax. What is this Thai national getting in exchange? I don't know about you, but some sort of pay for access scheme feels wrong. Politicians can and should seek expert advice, and the government should pay for those experts to visit them, but not the other way around. How can this be legal? And what are they getting in return for that investment? Break up the NHS, watering down our employment rights, or are they coming for abortion rights? So the MAGA cult, number 3, is coming to the UK, or a version of it. Humans, we need community, that since the Reagan-Thatcher period, we've seen an explosion in hyper-individualization. The idea that you're an island, if you work hard enough, you can have everything you want and you don't need community. But that has made people lonely. So when they get a taste of community, it's like crack to them. MAGA, Manosphere, they overlap a lot. And the price for entry into those communities is you have to parrot the mantra. So 2020 was stolen, Trump is against war, unless it's Iran, but that's okay. Women should stay at home. All government spending is bad, unless it's the military, of course. Say any of this nonsense enough, and no matter your past indiscretions, you'll be enthusiastically accepted by that tribe. And the left, well, we generally shun them, even in non-political spaces. So once they're in, what choices do they have? How can they escape the cult? Now, the reform version is quite similar. Migration is an invasion. This is white genocide. Islam is an existential threat. Women should be at home. Government spending is bad, except the military. Yes, it's madness. But this is the price for entry, and once you feel part of the community, those people will look past issues which may be at odds at how they see the world, which is why Trump, a man found guilty civilly for rape, can be loved by evangelical Christians. Acknowledging his flaws gets you banished from the community, and you're not exactly welcomed by the other side. So what are we doing to make it easier for people to leave? That leads us to 4, the solution. Well, it's not me, it's not someone else, it's you. No one's going to fix the algorithm, but are we doing enough as individuals? The problem space is clear. The right have built their international coalition. They've recycled the same talking points. They've learnt to accept anyone, even Muslims, that they demonise. And they've hacked the human need for community. We can and must create a counter-narrative. The sane washing of remigration, of a homeland for the English, falls apart when you ask who would be left in this purist ethno-state that they're talking about. Even the right-wing grifters who claim to be civic nationalists realise this when they interview Stephen Laws, and he tells them to their face, well, in my version of Britain, you'd be going to Israel, mate. Nothing personal. What I'm asking you to do is to look at your network. Friends, family, co-workers, neighbours. Can you reach out to them and try and offer them friendship, a patient ear, actually listen to them, understand why they hold their beliefs, and maybe then, maybe you can steer them away from reform, calmly. It might seem hard and perhaps something you don't feel equipped to do, but we have 3.5 years to stop British ICE. So would you rather have a few uncomfortable chats now, or deal with state-sponsored violence in a few years? So join the fight, attend the marches, talk to those you love and respect but disagree with.